Good. Hello, everyone. Tom, aka Nostra Thomas. I am the Bombus. How's everyone doing? I'm trying another multi-stream with Rumble, and I don't think it's working, which is a shame. That's okay. There will be some. There will be some moments in the future. Ding, 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 ding. A ding, a ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding,
Surprised no one in the
ding, ding, ding,
house.
ding,
No
ding,
one in the
ding.
house. After a pump like this weekend, I figured there'd be at least one person in the house. Let's see. The reason, my title, the reason for the Cardano and altcoin pump is the avocado, right? The fact that I have an avocado to show you is actually very telling. You won't know why, but I will get into that. Let's pop on over to the desktop. It does not look like the stream went live over on Rumble. Not sure why. Yeah, whatever. Probably piss some people over off on Rumble. We'll get that figured out. The market is open. I did discuss the market open yesterday in the Discord. We'll take a look at that in a sec. We'll see what's going on in the stock market. We'll see what's going on in crypto. I will tell you why I think the avocado is very telling. And I'm going to give you a theory that's not going to be very popular. It's just my theory, though. I could be wrong. When I refresh this, a little bummed that didn't work. Is this thing on? I'm not even sure if I'm assuming I'm broadcasting live on YouTube, but I guess we could do this. Yep, who is that sexy mofo? Cryptos R Us is also streaming. Bitcoin's breakout moment, Gala Games pumps, other cryptos too. I mean, he's only got 336 watching. That's a little low for him. Oh, now they're pumping. Everyone's watching him but me. What the hell, man? All right, let's see what's going on in the stock market. E-mini S&P is up 26. We do have CPI data this week. I will give my thoughts on that. Bitcoin futures are up. We do want to take a look at how close to backwardation and contango that is. That's almost looking like parity at the moment. The Nasdaq's up 126. That's a decent amount. It'll be interesting to see how these play out this week. We will take a look at the chart on both. We have, I think the dollar was crashing. We'll take a look at that. Crude oil up at $2. I was hoping that would get into the 60s. Gold up $10, 1880, pushing 1900. What is natty gas up 16 cents, but at 387 a therm, way down from its previous. War is broken out. Nine something dollar high. And finally, bonds at 128 again. Bonds around the 128 handles pretty healthy. If they continue to go up, that is a good sign for the economy, most likely. All right, let's pop on over to the charts. Let's see what's going on over there. ADA, my goodness, ADA was out of control yesterday, up 20% at one point. Solana also doing really well. I have some theories on why Solana and ADA were probably leading the pack. But overall, the entire crypto market's pumping again. The avocado, I'm not even joking, the avocado, and then, again, my theories. So let's see what's going on with the dollar. Yeah, the dollar really is taking a shellacking right now. It's pumped out, now breaking down. If this continues to break down, I don't know. I mean, just because the dollar's, I mean, this isn't like a unnatural move for the dollar, to be quite honest. I'm sure we could go back and find like two major down days, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 major down days, and then that, right? So just because the dollar's breaking down right now, everyone's starting to get giddy. Beginning of the year, people's mentalities are just like, oh, it's 2023, 2022 is over. Stock market's going to immediately start pumping. crypto's immediately going to start pumping. But why? Right? You got to ask yourself why. I do have the indicator, though, that it is some good news with the big but. All right, so Bitcoin 17,234. What were the futures at? 17,245. So the futures are actually back into contango, which is a bullish sign, meaning the futures, it's only like $10, but the futures are more expensive than the spot price. For like the past year, the Bitcoin futures were as far behind as like $1,000 lower, meaning in the future, the market was pricing in a lower Bitcoin. Right now, the market is pricing in a $10 more Bitcoin, right? If that continues to widen up, that is definitely a bullish signal. All right, let's talk about the avocado. Uh, oh man, I didn't have much sleep last night. I'm feeling a little razzled right now. Anyway, the avocado. I went to Costco on Friday morning, shopping around, and I've discussed in this past when if you want to know what's going on in inflation, just look at prices of things around you. And over the past year, two things have really gotten really pricey for me, and that's my energy bill, which is probably still going to be insane, and food. There was a point in peak inflation. I mean, within a couple months ago, I would go to Costco, and before inflation hit, you could get a bag of 5 of these for like, $4.50, as they would say across the pond. I don't like in the United States, you would say like $4.58 across the pond. They would go 4.58, right? If hit the like button if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so a pretty average price for a bag of, and at Costco it would be super cheap. I'd go to Save Mart, and these bitches would be like $1.99 a piece, But Costco, if you don't have a Costco card, you're definitely missing out. Anyway, I went to, so like I said, before inflation, these bad boys would be, about normal price, $4.50 for a bag of 5. And then out of nowhere, it was like $8 and some cents. And then the next week, it was like $9 and some cents. And I'm just like, okay. And this used to be, this, and I would get these little Ava guacamole cups. Those things went from like $12 to $20 for a pack of 12. And getting a bag of these every week used to be like a thing. And I'm like, all right. But part of the problem would be, I'd get 5 of them. And these are some big ass avocados. But so eating one, it's a lot in one meal. And I wouldn't always necessarily get them all eaten before they would start getting rotten, etc. When it's only $5, if I don't eat one avocado, I can live with it. But, at $10, I'm just like, man, that's just getting way too expensive. And then I would look at other vegetables. And my pizza crust went from like $6.58 to $7.50, which is a, 20-30%. And everything around me was, you could definitely tell if you paid attention to the prices of food that it was definitely going up. My pizza sauce was up 20-30%. I get peppers. Them bitches were up 20-30% and climbing. I went to Costco this weekend. Pack of 5, $3.99. I'm like, what? I noticed my pizza crusts were going down. I noticed my peppers were coming down quite a bit. But the avocado, down 50%, right? So I think going forward, we're going to have the avocado indicator when it comes to what the market's going to do. That being said, like I said, the CPI data comes out on Thursday. I think Papa Powell's talking in Europe or something today and tomorrow, somewhere Africa. I don't freaking know. Europe. Keep in mind that this CPI data is from December, right? So we're seeing the prices now. So we really kind of have to wait till next February to see the prices. So I don't necessarily know that this CPI data, what it's going to do to the markets. I really don't know. It could go either way. The thing could continue to pump. I'm still kind of my big but is I think this is just, especially in the crypto market. These coins pumping like they did the last couple of days doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you look at the Nasdaq. Like, someone tell me why. Someone tell me why. Here's the Nasdaq, the most correlated securities that you could look at when it comes to crypto, and it's just basically been up. It's basically been in a range. Even still, it's kind of in a range. But crypto, I mean, Bitcoin's now finally up a little bit. It is breaking out of the sideways triangle. I think it's going to be a false breakdown still. I don't know if I think or I wish, right? I don't know if it's more I'm hoping it breaks down because I want to buy. I want to buy cheap. And I'm not going to lie, I started getting major FOMO yesterday. Like, I almost said, screw it. I almost threw in the towel and I went all in. I was going to go all in I was going to buy one Bitcoin and I was going to buy a shitload of Cardano, but I held myself back. I'm like, no, Tom, stick to your plan. And you gotta really stick to your plan when it doesn't make sense, and B, don't buy a pump, right? Don't buy into a pump. When we look at Bitcoin on the daily, it has broken above the 20 and the 50. It really hasn't back tested though, so I'd be curious to see that, and if it breaks down after that. So I would like to see that come back down. If we look at it on the weekly, it's still miles away from the 200. It's never been below the 200 this long. Generally, it just, this chart doesn't go very far on the 200. Let's say we've looked at them this past. Like, it doesn't go below the 200 very often. And I don't, like, this is when the 200 first started. This would be the first 200 weeks of Bitcoin. It blipped down for a second. It blipped down for a second. It blipped down for 2 weeks during COVID. And now this is, everyone in the bull run was like, time is different. It really is. It really is different, right? Because Bitcoin has never done what it's done. Again, Bitcoin's never been in a bear market. That's fine. I gave my theory last week why I don't know that will necessarily matter. You still have big money, like BlackRock is investing in Bitcoin or investing in crypto. The banks are investing in it. This could be, this next bull run could be the shift. I believe will be a bigger shift into crypto. I'm not necessarily certain how high things will go. I do think there will be some front running. I do think it will come a bit early. I also think, all right, so I still also think we're still going to have another down move. I think this is just, a trap. I could be wrong, but I think it's a trap right now. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, but I also don't want people to lose money because they panic sell and they invested more than they could afford to lose, right? That whole thing. But if you did, it's kind of like, it is like gambling, right? People get addicted and do things they shouldn't do. I shouldn't feel bad for it. I'm not financial advice over here. I tell you to only invest what you can afford to panic sell, right? It's not even just about investing more than you can afford to lose. And the hardest part is, the two hardest parts are people don't listen to it. They think they're smart. They think they're smarter than me. They think they're smarter than the markets. And like, how do I put this into a poll time? Everyone, I've been humbled. I thought I was smarter than the markets on more than one occasion, and I've been humbled by the markets. Poll time. Have you thought you were smarter than the markets and got destroyed because of it? Super complex, long ass poll question. We got 2 people in the house, 2 likes, appreciative. No chatting though. What's going on? Let's get some chats going on in the house. Who do we got out there? Heyo, such and such in the house. All right, Ethereum $1,300. Cardano hit as high as like almost 35 cents yesterday. This shit was out of control. It's had a nice little pump the last 2 days. Yeah, so we did have a high. And we want to look at the daily on this. $0.345. This thing just wouldn't stop pumping yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I do think a big part of why a lot of Adam's another one. I can't remember, but the Grayscale fund sold Avalanche, and which is interesting because I've been saying for a long time I think Avalanche is garbage, which upset a viewer the other day. He made a little, I'm sorry, man. It's just a big gimmicky blockchain. A big VC funded centralized marketing hype train like like Solana. We all know I'm not a huge fan of Solana over here either. Anyway, Grayscale sold AVAX to buy Cardano, Solana. I want to say Matic. I don't remember, but Matic was doing pretty good. The biggest winners yesterday were definitely Solana and Cardano, and Solana continues to be a big winner today. I keep getting reminded by Big Dick Seti that he bought it at 842 and how great his position's doing. I'm happy for you, brother. It's not going to $1,000 in the next bull run. If Solana goes to 1,000, what was his prediction? We do have it pinned over in the Discord. In the next bull run. So I'm going to assume, like, what if the next bull run's not till 2030? Then you might be right. But if the next bull run, 2024, 2025. All right. So he did clarify that. If Solana hits $1,000 in 2024 and 2025, I will delete my channel. Don't hold me to it. Hell, I might delete my channel before then. Kurt in the house. How you doing, brother? Yes. I mean, who hasn't? If you haven't been destroyed in the market because you thought you were smarter than it, you should be put in the Smithsonian. All right. Matic, it is just another Matic Monday, by the way. 86 cents. Another highly VC centralized, big corporation, what are they? The military complex, big industrial complex. Someone said no. Speak up. Is Ricky here? Is Ricky here? What the hell? Who voted no? Who is lying in the chat? Either you immediately didn't think, unless you entered the market knowing that it's impossible to be smarter than it. Speak up. I demand. Who's in this chat? Can I tell? This thing doesn't always tell me. Yeah, I think it only tells if someone chats. How do I see who is in this chat? That is very annoying. Just here at an optometrist. It's a zoo. I can't believe it. You have eye problems. You need more vitamin D. I've been learning more and more lately that vitamin D cures it. Retro in the house. How you doing, brother? My track record is pretty much spotless. Retro's the liar, it looks like. Retro over here lying his ass off. Oh, a sty removal? Why do you go to bro, you don't need to go sty. Eye sty. That's kind of like a pimple, right? I've gotten those before. I know how to get rid of those, bro. I'm surprised they even treat that shit. That's like a little pimple in the eye, right? Yeah, I know how to get rid of those. What the hell does an optometrist do? I've gotten these before. I've had more than a few. You want to know how to get rid of them? Okay, now I have no idea what that is. A chalazion? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I've had some shit last on my body. I had a MRSA. If you're eating breakfast, you might want to turn off. If you're eating breakfast, you might want to turn off the stream now. We all know I'm dealing with some autoimmune issues, but I got a MRSA infection when I was doing a network install for a school, and it blew up on my finger, and I had to go in and they had to lance that. And then a couple months later, I got one on my lip, and they had to lance that. Those were both pretty brutal. The one in the lip was horrible because they had to put this like packing in it, and I had to go in and have it cleaned a bunch of times. Yeah, it's gonna be more like vomit bang. What's a chazion? So the secret, if you get eye styes, guy. Oh no, this doesn't require lancing. Yeah, this isn't. How big is this bitch, man? Put a picture in. Yeah, all you got to do is put a really hot tea bag on it. So what you do is you put a tea bag and you stick it in the microwave for like a minute. And then what I do is I wrap it up in plastic cling wrap or whatever. And you put that bitch on the sty. You do that, a few times a day. That mofo will come right out. You've been doing that? Yeah, you're probably doing it with cold water, you little bitch. You got to do it with really hot, like it hurts like a mofo. Nah, I mean, there might be some that really require lancing, but I don't know, man. The tea bags always work for me. Casca in the house. Hey, oh, sister, how you doing? We're not talking about crypto. We're talking about pus oozing out of eye styes and shit like that. All right. My apologies if you're eating breakfast. Your doctor, yeah, but Canadian doctors are stupid. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They went to monkey doctor schools. Can't come here without a referral. Stuff to keep viewers, yeah. Is it full of people with eye styes? Or are they just getting their eyes checked? I mean, I've learned over time that even American doctors are mostly a bunch of brainwashed idiots, but I digress. All right, where were we? We're looking at crypto. Crypto's still pumping. All it really kind of happened, like people are getting really excited, but all that's really happened is it's just regained levels from when the FTX crash happened for the most part. Well, Cardano was actually around 42 cents, and then the FTX thing happened. What was Solana at? It was in the 30s, so we know that shit hasn't regained. It was around, yeah, $37. I remember it being 30, and I was considered buying it, and I didn't, and I got really bummed because it was like 37. And I was like, oh yeah, good thing you didn't buy it, dumbass. So it is trying to make it a comeback. Matic had that pump, I don't know, on some Disney news or something dumb. But it's come back down to reality since then, and it's still just been kind of in a range. Atom doing really well. This shit pumped a lot the last couple of days too. Yeah, I think, let's see, Grayscale sells Avalanche. I'm pretty sure Atom was one that they picked up. Atom's been getting a lot of play lately with YouTubers and people. It only slipped 2%. Now the fund, Bitcoin, Ethereum, oh, they bought Polygon and Solana. I guess they don't have Atom in the Grayscale. That's a shame. That's such a great coin. Let's see. Kurt's asking about no, it's still off peg a little. The TVL's come down a little. So Indigo Protocol is really blowing up. I did post in the Discord. Oh, you know what I need to do? Make sure you follow me on Rumble, though I couldn't get that shit to work today. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Nostratamus. And let's get a Discord link out there. I'll put this all in the description down below too. I don't know why it's always so hard for me to figure out how to. I don't know what happens if I put this all in one inner. Okay. It's kind of ugly, but. All right, so dude, there's 3 votes. So Retro said he's never been humbled by them. We know he's lying there, right? We know Retro's lying. Who else said no? Casca? Because it's really only Casca, Kurt, and Retro here. Yeah, so Kurt's saying wild yesterday, 550 USD for $670. What percent is that? When I looked at it, it was off peg by like 10%. I almost arbitraged it, but the risk is Cardano's up like 30%. So the risk is Cardano. I don't know if it's worth going. I mean, for me, I could have made $40. Pay some fees, make $40, pay some more fees. It probably would have been a wash to a little bit of break even. And again, the risk is Cardano. So I just left my shit in the pool and let it do its thing. I mean, if we were talking thousands of dollars, that would have been a different story. All right. I want to go to my chilled Kong's floor is coming down. Coming to Papa. I still want to buy a chilled Kong. I know it's a scam. I know I'm an idiot. But again, they're not even in the top anymore. What the hell's going on here? Boss Rocket Club. Boss Cat Aliens. What happened to chilled Kongs? 1790. Yeah, I moved a bunch of my stuff to my Trezor too. I do have a link for Ledger. I don't know if it's in the description. If you're not doing self-custody, yeah, I do have a link for the Ledger. If you buy a Ledger, you get $10 in Bitcoin. I get $10 in Bitcoin. Everyone gets $10 in Bitcoin. If you're not doing self-custody, you're an idiot. That is financial advice. That is life advice. If you're not doing self-custody with a Ledger or a Trezor or there's a few devices out there that are supposed to be pretty good. In my opinion, you're an idiot, right? You can get a Nano S for like 70, 80 bucks. You're protecting thousands and 10,000s and hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto. Right? Get a Ledger. Get a Trezor. Get the Bill Foddles or that other one where you put your key, your backup key, your seed phrase in metal, in fireproof metal. Learn how to self-custody. Learn how to protect your self-custody. Let's see. Yeah, I did look at the ebook thing. That is really interesting. I had noticed something about ebooks. I don't fully know the concept yet. Like I do, but I don't, right? Apparently you can sell the book back, which is kind of interesting. I do think there's a huge play for cryptocurrency, and I couldn't be more ecstatic. It's you probably won't believe me, but I've always been bummed about how the music industry and their entertainment industry and even like book publishers and stuff just screw over the artist, right? Don't get me wrong. There's definitely plenty of artists out there that have more money than God themselves, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. They've definitely, but they also kind of became their own record company and things like that, right? So the average common, like very talented artist just gets screwed over and they have to play the game. So I love the fact that now you can self promote yourself on social media, get driven to things like this ebook and things like that. I think it's going to be a very interesting revenue model and very interesting utility on the blockchain that will give the, that does give people a leg up. That being said, like, who knows how this shit could play out, right? It could just become centralized versions where some big company, because they promote your shit and bullshit like that, where they promote your tweet. Or speaking of tweets, I'm still not freaking verified, I don't think. Like, what is taking so long over here? Enjoy the verified account check mark. It's almost been a month. Anyway, Retro, if you did not see that, that is a very interesting project in Cardano, the Ghost Chain. TVL over on Indigo has exploded. Yesterday it was at like 9.5 million. It is currently, it got as high as 11.5 million. It has pulled back a little, probably because IUSD's depegged, but it's sitting over 11 million right now. I did post in the Discord something I saw in their Discord chat. It was pretty exciting. This is the books.io that Kurt's talking about. Yeah, yesterday it was as high as 11.5. And then someone, this is from a bro on the Indigo team. And this Indigo team is backed by Charles Hoskinson. I said I was going to stop doing that. Charles Hoskinson. I did listen to his entire AMA on, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday. It's pretty bummed. There was a lot of good info that he talked about, but I was pretty bummed no one brought up midnight. I'm really looking forward to midnight. I'd love to get some news on that. He talked about Laos. I need to learn more about Laos. Apparently that's going to be some revolutionary shit. Anyway, this bro over on the Indigo team, just to prime you all for what's still to come this month. Big partnership announcement to give IUSD real world utility. If they list IUSD on an exchange, the bridge is over. The bridge is over. IUSD, the Gen, USDA. Once this shit starts making it on exchanges, the bridge is freaking over. The only thing stopping me from not doing more DeFi and Cardano is I don't want to sell my Cardano. And the only way to get money over there is to buy Cardano and then sell it, which triggers tax events, right? And I don't really want that headache. Now, if I could send over, and again, you still want to be careful because this is DeFi, there is peg risk, this is brand new stable coins, this DeFi risk, smart contract risk, but we're talking about native assets. There's no bridge risk in this Indigo team, I'm not saying go crazy, but Indigo's printing, dude. Me and Kurt are making bank over here. So I could very easily see myself going, let's send over $1,000 in cash and pair that with another $1,000 in data, and let's really notch it up a little bit over on IUSD. We also, like I said, we also have USDA coming out. There's already stable swaps on Wing Riders in pre-production. I'm not 100% sure what this means. Because they have DAI and USDC over there and USDT over there. This could be coming pretty soon. I think they are. So yeah, they have the JED, IUSD. I don't know what T-ADA and T Wing Riders. I don't know what the T is. Maybe that's just testnet. But DAI, IUSD. So once this stuff hits, if there's an if there's this ARB opportunity like there is right now on IUSD, there's no risk because you could just swap $110 in IUSD or $100 in IUSD for $110 in another stable coin, and you just made 10%. The problem is once there's other stable coins, that'll probably all be it'll be a lot harder for it to get out of peg because there's going to be a lot of arbitrage bots. Anyway, I don't know if this DAI, USDC, and USDT is really going to be a stable pair over here. It's obviously it can't be native unless there's some shit going on I don't know about. It's probably I don't know how you would get it wrapped over there too. So I really don't know what's going on. But we do have the DJED coming. They don't have USD on here. DJED's supposed to come this month too, and I'm really excited. I think USDA and DJED, no, just DJED. I'm not sure on USDA. See if we can get an update on that. USDA. Don't they do things with like meat and poultry? What is stable coins? Yeah, I'm not sure when USDA is coming out. That reminds me, I also did post this in the Discord yesterday. I've been watching Ergo and learning about Ergo quite a bit lately. Ergo is kind of this blockchain that gets misunderstood. A lot of people seem to think that Ergo runs on Cardano. It is completely its own blockchain. Ergo, there are some, so it runs on EUTXO, just like Cardano. It was part of the Yori wallet for a while, but Yori wallet sucks, and they dropped it. And Yori wallet sucks for Cardano too. Sorry, Kurt. Anyway, so because it's UTXO, and I believe they use Haskell, I'm like 99% sure that they use Haskell over there too. There's a lot of similarities, and Charles Hoskinson has, even said like you should go, all you Ethereum miners should go mine Ergo after the merge. So there's just always been kind of this assumption that they're a Cardano project, IOG, this and that. They're not. Also, they have the Rosen Bridge that's currently been in testnet since November. That's supposed to be coming out soon. The Rosen Bridge is kind of going to be like, I don't know the best way to explain it, but basically all settlements will happen on Ergo. And you'll be able to go from like Cardano to Ergo, from Ergo possibly to other chains. I think in the beginning it's just going to be with Cardano. They only have like a $80 million market cap. They have a really strong community. They have been around since 2018. It's just something I'm watching, and it might be a coin that I invest some in the future. It wouldn't be more until like, we're in a bull market. The major Bitcoin and the major altcoins have already done their pump, and we could start seeing some. Maybe this is just a big maybe. I definitely like the coin a lot, but it is much higher risk. It could be one of those things. It's proof of work, right? Kind of like Cardano. Cardano's proof of work. It blew up in the last bull run just because it got a lot of hype. I think we could see a lot of similarities in Cardano this next bull run. Ergo, maybe they even call Ergo the Cardano killer, right? They call Cardano was an Ethereum and Solana killer. Yeah, people come up with this bullshit to pump the coin. So if you want to take a risk on it, it most likely is going to go up no matter what. If they don't fail in the bear market, right? They still got to keep the lights on. But it's a coin that likely will go up regardless, just because, rising tide lifts all ships or whatever. There's probably a solid 5 or 10x in it, just in general purpose. But it could be one of those ones that really catches on and gets like a ridiculous explosion like Cardano did in the last bull run. And I think there's some other coins on Cardano, as Cardano really gets into its stride. There's going to be a lot of attention to some of these coins, and there's going to be a lot of money flowing around. Like I said, I think this bull run has a lot of shot, regardless of a bull market, bear market, just because I think people are going to front run the Bitcoin halving, and there's going to be profits to be made. Kurt's asking how Indy's doing. Good question. Actually, real quick, let's see what the peg situation is. We all know Kurt loves a good pegging. All right, app. It was up by like 7% earlier this morning when I took a look. Yeah, it's 100 IUSD still worth $107. I know you're not married to Yori. I'm just giving you a hard time. Next, yeah, I think the payday's tomorrow, by the way, everyone. We get paid tomorrow in Cardano. We're going to get paid on Indigo, and we are going to get paid our every 5-day paycheck. You can't beat that with the stick. Things like Cardano, these are the oil wells of the future. These are going to be my passive income juggernauts of the future. Chick, 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 chick. A solid 5 to 10. 5 to 10 what? I don't remember what I said. A solid 5 to 10 what? I said it so casually, I don't even remember what the hell I said, but now I'm obsessed with knowing what I said. Oh, for Ergo. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at Ergo, there's a lot of talk. It'll get one of those momentum waves, right? They're working. They want to do more with Cardano. Again, the Rosen Bridge is going to come out. If the Rosen Bridge is peaking, Cardano's peaking. The floodgates are going to open with Cardano. I told you guns, I'm just polishing those bitches with some of the best gun polisher out there. I can't wait to chick those. But I mean, this thing has been $20 before. This was May of 2021, came all the way down to 5. So this is the bull run. It was at $20, came back down with the rest of it, and went back up to $15, $16, and now it's chilling at $1. A 5-10x, probably easy. Again, this is high risk shit, though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a privacy coin. I don't think that's right. And their wallet is kind of shitty, if I'm being honest. But they got a lot going over here. They got their own stable coin. Sigma USD. Spectrum Finance, and open source cross-chain DEX. Yeah, me too. Let's see there's a multiverse. There's an ergo pad. And again, this thing's only now it's 85 million. Oh, it's up 10%. I put a link to Ergo in the Discord yesterday, and that caused it to pump 10%. I'm a freaking genius, guys. 5x isn't even half of all-time high. Yeah, no, I think Cardano is almost a guaranteed 10x. I'm probably an idiot for not just going all in the rest of my money in Cardano right now. Again, I almost did this yesterday. I almost bought one whole Bitcoin, or I was thinking, what do I do? I was major FOMO. What do I do? I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy half a Bitcoin and $10,000 in Cardano. So at least I'm dipping my toe into the water, and I still got some money to go. And I'm just like, it's still torturing me, right? It is going to seriously bum me out if I miss the boat and I end up buying it a lot more expensive. But again, I think what will bum me out the most is if it does crash, which I still think is going to happen. Again, the avocado really has me wondering right now. It really has me wondering. The market is very forward looking. So just because Powell, it'll be a shake and bake, right? The market knows what's going on with inflation way more than what the Fed does. Again, 2 months ago, these things were $2 a piece. Now they're less than $1 a piece. Oh yeah, I talked about the avocado. You were busy sitting on the toilet thinking for This weekend, I spent about 2 hours looking for my toilet snake. I was really pissed off that I couldn't find it. Because let's just say we had another snaking situation that I had to deal with. So I spent a couple hours snaking out my toilet. Ah, dude, I've been dropping major bombs lately. Like just the initial drop alone immediately plugs the toilet. All this meat and shit, man. Like some major Alabama snakes going on in there. But yeah, no, I had to fish that shit out. It wore me out. I could barely get out of bed the next day. That was too much of a work. I'm old, out of shape. What can I tell you? I bet you got a gardener. Kurt's got a trouser gardener steak for me. Garter, is it garter? All right, let's see what's going on besides Stacy's mom. Let's see what's going on Twitter really quick. Probably nothing. That Mike Alfred, Bitcoin Maxi, Harmonious Dude. I think he's been in the chat before. Hey, Harmonauts. HIP 28. No one likes that, but no one also likes Harmony 1 anymore. Give me your best rationale for today's pump. Is or is not sustainable. This Block Splain, really good follow on Twitter. Actually, there's a bro on Twitter I want you guys to check out. I really like this guy. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers. He references Jack Fricks a little too much. So who is that sexy? Only 3 people watching. The YouTube algorithm was giving me a lot of love last week. It's kind of dogging me today. Still getting the Logan Paul bullshit. I don't know if I can find this real quickly. Chad Knight 1962. Stellaverse. Oh, I'm looking on the wrong YouTube. Oh, I can't wait to watch the CryptoVisor YouTube. I know CryptoVisor watches my videos. I'm kidding, but he's always waxing on about how Charles watches his videos, IOG watches his videos, the entire world. Get over yourself, CryptoVisor. All right. Never get shingles again. Oh, you're peeking into my soul. I don't know if I can find this guy real easily. It's been a minute. Oh, Andrew. Nope, not Andrew Huberman. The Mavic or Wall Street. Great channel. Speaking of dropping the kids off at the pool. Ugh. Plus, I hurt my back this weekend. That shit's hurting like crazy. All right, let me see if I can find this shit real quick. Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube. A lot of crazy shit. Here's the AMA. You can see that big red bar. I watched the entire thing. Of course, I'm going to listen to our Lord and Savior. This one was a really weird video. Prayers to Damar Hamlin, and then he goes on about Charles Hoskinson and controversy over NFTs. It's got 44 views. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's got some more views than most of my videos. Yeah, I'm gonna need a nap today, boys and girls. I only had like 4.5 hours sleep. Yep, I feel like I've seen, oh, who is that sexy mofo? This video got 235 views. That one's doing pretty good. Here we go. Dawson Allen. If you guys haven't watched this one, check him out. I like this guy. Doesn't have a lot of subscribers. He's only got 228 subscribers. Go check him out. Nah, bro, I haven't played Rust in a long time. Ricky in the house, how you doing, brother? Yeah, well, I don't. The bonk some shit on Solana. I don't know much about it. Oh, CryptoVisor. Yeah, he shits on Sol. Like he's 100% sure Solana's going to zero. I'm only like 85%, 80%. I'm just glad I am glad he brought his normal music back. Ugh. No, actually, this guy's complaining right here. Oh, here comes a copyright strike, probably. They've been calling this different lately, so you don't have to turn your back anymore. I think I think this came down from the league. Kansas City defender did the same thing. It wasn't like he put his hand in between the arms. He didn't pass interfere. That was a little close. That one was more like pass interference. Yeah, we're watching sports ball. I need to start doing some more of this chat GBT stuff. Hey, chat GBT, create a DEX for me on Cardano. Clone Indigo. Take the best of Indigo and Liquid Finance and whip it out for me. Find the one. No one cares about Diamond 1 anymore. I mean, no one cares about Harmony 1 anymore, bro. Just in Cardano has 3.8 million wallets. I hate these stats. I alone have like 100 Cardano wallets. I easily have 100 Cardano wallets. So divide. There's only 3,853 wallets on Cardano. How do they if they count wallets with actual Cardano in it, okay, then that's a decent stat. But if they just count wallets or wallets that have ever had, I don't know, man. These stats are stupid. This video should be labeled Bitcoin misinformation. Let's see what this fool has to say. I heard what he had to say about Tesla this morning.
There's no intrinsic value to this asset. And now it's starting to be priced appropriately. So it has what's Bitcoin at? 16,000? It has another 17,000 to go down.
Duh, really?
Yeah, there's no intrinsic value to this product.
And do you think that people have just inherently lost faith in the idea behind crypto because of FTX?
Well,
because
it became an ideology, and whenever you invest based on an ideology, you're going to make some decisions that are a little divorced from math.
And what do you mean by ideology?
Well, the people who really like crypto are convinced that it's the currency of the future and that a decentralized ledger is the way to go, and that anything that is controlled by a government entity is by definition a negative, and if it's done by the private sector freely, it will be better. And that's just not how currency works. Currency is a method of exchange and a store of value. And for that, there has to be a degree of trust, and you have to have it managed in terms of volume. I mean, one of the craziest things about Bitcoin is that there will never be more than X number of units of Bitcoin. Well, by default, that means it can't be used for trade, because the whole idea of economic activity is that there's expansion, which means you need more currency to lubricate and manage that expansion. If currency is locked in at a specific number, you get monetary inflation, and that is one of the fastest ways to destroy an economic model.
So because of the lack of Bitcoin, because there's a certain controlled number, the only thing that can happen is Bitcoin becomes more expensive.
Right. And that means that the people who hold it are the ones that make the money, but everyone else suffers? I'm sorry, that's not viable. The alternative is you have some private dude out there who generates the coins on a whim. How is that different from the monetary reserve or the monetary authorities that we have at the Federal Reserve, except for the...
I don't even know how to respond to that. Of course, he says how does this work? The people with the most Bitcoin are the richest and the rest suffer? How's that any different in our financial system today? But it is a currency of the future. It does have value. It does have intrinsic value, right? Anything with supply and demand. What's the intrinsic value on gold? So that's something intrinsic value of gold. Some people argue that gold has no intrinsic value, just like this idiot argues that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. That it is a barbaric relic which no longer holds monetary qualities. It is but somewhat of a barbaric relic, but its intrinsic value is its limited supply. For whatever reason, the human race decided if there's not a lot of something and it gets a supply and demand, then there's a culture. This is a culture that has grown over millennia, right? So Bitcoin's just a digital version of it, and it has mostly pros over gold. Can't be counterfeit. Can be easily transferred around the world. The biggest con people come up with is you can't see it or touch it. That's a pro to me. I don't want to touch your filthy gold. Its intrinsic value is more than just perception. The network preservation is the value, a traceable. Yeah, that's the ledger is very intrinsic too. You can see where and how the money's spent. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I know what I mean is I don't know what's going to happen in the future with traditional financial systems. I have an idea. Governments are always going to try and control the money. Bitcoin is not going to stay this thing of the people. It's going to be mostly controlled by the smart money. And I'm just going to consider myself smart enough to get my piece, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever asset becomes the thing, smart money, big money will know. And they'll be able to shake you in and out of it just like they have now. That's what makes cryptocurrency investing so hard right now. The volatility, the ups and downs, even institutional investors, even the smart money are struggling with it right now. A lot of them are like, nah, man, this shit's too risky. I'm done. I'm out. Right. So we'll have to see. It has slowed down the institutional adoption because they got burned by FTX. You know, things like, we need government regulation. We need the government. So I don't know what's going to happen. CBDCs are going to happen. That's for sure. Do you want your money? It's up to you. Do you want your money in a bank where the government sees everything you do and you have financial security? I think stable coins will start getting FDIC insured in the future. Just because the government wants to know everything you're doing. The stable coins is the biggest. There's trillions of dollars at stake right now. This is why companies like Circle are really going hard. There's a lot of money up for grabs. Banks want your money in their bank. The banks of the future are going to want the stable coin. They're going to want to be the bank. They're going to want to be the Fed, the USDC Fed. I mean, or whatever, whatever the European, right? They want that control. They want that fiat control, and that'll be done through stable coins. CBDCs, etc. The government's going to see everything you do now. So unless you're using a privacy coin. And if you're using a privacy coin, that shit's probably going to get banned unless you're using something like Midnight. Now you have privacy, but it's still open to the government. You have to open the doors to the government. The money printing is devaluing the money in existence. It hurts the middle class the most. Lower class live paycheck to middle class is living paycheck to paycheck right now. And this is a big reason why I don't think the bottom's in. All-time credit debt is nearing all-time highs. The average car payment now, people paying over $1,000 for a car payment is over like 20 or 30%. It's something insane. people's car payments. There was a excuse me. I was watching somebody, it was on Twitter from TikTok. He was going around asking people their car payments. It was 1,300, 1,500, 1,700. And he's like, yeah, even myself, I'm getting ready to make. One dude had two like $1,500 truck payments. And I'm just like, what? Bro, that's more than my mortgage, right? So when it comes to the shit bubbling over, we still haven't gotten there. I think that's gonna still hit. I didn't really. Oh yeah, I did tell you. Again, the whole avocado again. That was from December. So that's what's going to be coming out this week. Again, I do think it's a very, like, especially in the crypto markets, a very manipulative. Trying one last wave of suck in a bunch of suckers, pull the plug one more time. Because big money could pump it up, and then they could short the shit out of it and make a bunch of money on it going down, trigger your stop losses. Not financial advice. Don't use stop losses. Stop losses will get triggered. All it takes is a wick. It wicks down, it gets triggered, and it rebounds, and you lost, you're done. The bridge is over. The only way to do it, in my opinion, is buy and diamond nut that bitch. When you buy crypto, buy good solid cryptos, buy good solid stocks, right? Whether it's the stock market, you don't go invest in penny stocks. You go find some Apples, some Nvidias, some Teslas. You go to crypto, you get some Bitcoins, you get some Ethereums, you get some Atoms, you get some Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardanos. How did I not mention Cardano? And you diamond hand that shit, right? Plan B. Our plan B has always been wait until we're right. We didn't sell at the peak. Now we wait until we'll be right again. Either crypto fails, which is highly unlikely, or we'll be right again. And we'll be right to the tune. And when it's down, 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 we buy. My plan B, more than we just wait until I was right, is buy as much as I can. Accumulate as much as I can during these phases. Next go around again. I will sell. I will sell some of my crypto. It's going to hurt, but I know, and I'm not going to worry about timing. It's going to get near that point where it should start, or the market should be over. This time, everyone's going to be saying this time is different, and maybe it will be. Maybe I'll sell 20, 30% of my crypto, and maybe it will be. Probably not, but maybe it will be. Anyone who had savings is effed by inflation because they're buying. Yeah, most people are. It hasn't affected me that bad because I live a pretty minimalistic lifestyle. Although I did look at buying a new iPhone 14 recently, and I'm like, nah, bro. Just because of the battery. Just get off my lazy ass and go get the battery replaced. And I do want to get the new iWatch. I have an iWatch. Apple Watch 4. It's not called an iWatch, but it should be. I want to go get the 8 just because it lasts longer. But I'm going to wait. I don't need it. I'll wait until the next, like, I'm rich as shit moment in crypto. If it's a year away or whatever, fine. But right now, I'm saving. I go spend $400 on a watch, $400 or $500 on a watch. That's $400 or $500 I could have bought Cardano with. It's going to be worth $10,000 in a year and a half. Right? $5,000 to $10,000 plus the free Cardano it earns me by staking. I'm trying to be more minimalistic than ever right now. Yeah, that's a very good point. I was thinking that Bitcoin is not, it is limited, but it's not limited, right? Like you can't tear a dollar into 100 million pieces. But you can tear a Bitcoin into 100 million sats, right? So Bitcoin is limited, but it's not limited. So there's no inflation, but there's no real also, like, again, if there's only $1 trillion in the market, there can only ever be $1 trillion. Well, there's pennies and shit, but it's basically the same concept. You actually can tear it into 100 cents. in the form of copper pennies. But the whole like there's no inflation. We'll have to see how that plays out. I do kind of agree with what he said. There does need to be inflation for expansion, but that's the way it's been for a long time. But that doesn't mean it can't be a great store of value, and that's really all I think Bitcoin is. So, and again, I don't know what cryptos are going to win out over time. It is technology. I do think Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano are going to be at least around 20 plus years. So let's get ours while the getting's good. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I think much longer. But you do kind of have to be ready for the fact that it might not last that long. That's also BS because that's also the myth that it replaces literally everything globally. What do you mean? Like, some people believe Bitcoin will consume all assets, being worth more than all assets. Dude, I don't know. I'll be dead, long dead before that. I'm just trying to get mine right now. We don't know. You can have all the theories in the world. I think Web3 will be big. I think crypto will be big. I think digital assets will be big. This idiot doesn't. You know who else thinks this? The CEO of BlackRock. I think Altcoin Daily just did a video talking about that. The actual bro from BlackRock, like 8 trillion under assets, saying this shit. JP Morgan thinks it. Chase, all kinds of, The only people that don't think it are this guy and Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. But I mean, those dudes are old. Those dudes are old school. Those are boomers, right? When you look boomer up, don't get me wrong. Warren Buffett is a G. Like his indicators and his like investing theory, still some of the best shit out there. But not even the best are wrong about things. And when it comes to Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, I think they're wrong about digital assets. All right, let's see. Let's get back to Twitter. Average male height per country. There's some big fuckers over in this dude. 5'8" in the United States. They're taller over there across the pond. 5'9". The Netherlands, some Neanderthals. Look at Indonesia. Holy shit. In India, let's just say I'm above average. This says 5'8". I think that's how tall Retro is, isn't he? Didn't Retro say he was 5'7" or 5'8"? Fact, 30% of men under 30 are virgins with less than 10K in net worth. You can attack my net worth, but don't attack my virginity. 1% of men leave angry comments. All right. Alex thinks there's another crash coming. I agree with Alex on that one. Peter Schiff, Bitcoin will never reach 100,000. That could come true, I guess. I doubt it. What did Jamal Williams say?
I'm just proud. I'm just grateful to do this for him. My grandfather, he was 92, but I'm just grateful for him.
I was really bummed they didn't make the playoffs. Meld is going multi-chain. I've already discussed this recently. They're going to have their own Avalanche subnet. Our protocol by going multi-chain. Get ready for the new amazing experience. Why are you going to post a picture, but not the link? Oh, this is someone retweeting it still. Like, I want to click the link. Whatever, I know where they're going. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How ate it? Holder, yeah. Who's smashing the gym this week? What do you want to see from Binance in 2023? I don't want to see shit from you, to be quite honest. I don't care. Oh yeah, we should take a look at let's take a quick look at did the markets hold up? Yeah, Nasdaq's up 229. It's not joking around. How's crypto doing? It's probably just gotten kind of in its boring range. Bitcoin 17.25. Cardano hanging around 32 cents. Oh, Tesla $122, up $9. It's looking pretty strong. Are you still just waiting in the waiting room, Kurt? In 1955, you could have got a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house for $8,000, 3-bedroom for $8,000. My goodness. I wipe my ass in the morning. Oh, here we go. Alex is in the gym who recently quit vaping. He's at Planet Fitness, where you're not allowed to grunt. He's wearing a Michigan hat, but I don't know that they have Planet Fitness in the Midwest. Maybe they do. Oh, I staked my Nauru. I was trying to sell it, but then I saw you could stake it. The Emmy tokens aren't worth shit. Speedstar. Oh my goodness, look at this. Where's Speedstar located now? Still on Polygon and Harmony? It's on both. New activity coming. Here's my boy Sequisha. There's this new imposter thing from Elio Trades. It's interesting. I don't know, it's that game. What's that game people play where you go around and you try and find the killer? Impersonator or something. This game's very similar, but it's all on blockchain. Looks interesting. Here's a Canada dollar. What is this? A toonie? Is that what they call that shit? A toonie? Saving. What am I saving for marriage? I don't know why these gutter cats are a thing again all of a sudden. Yeah, WMT token's looking great. Oh, baby pleb in the house. Well, he's in the Twitter house. He hasn't been in this house. He's mad at me because I'm no longer involved in Harmony One. Harmony One is up 31% from lows. We didn't even look at that. How are all the rug pulls doing? Harmony 1.012. Fraudora. Even Fraudora is getting a little pump. Yeah. When the pigs are pumping, like this is all, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Why are all coins pumping? This is what blows my mind. What is going on that all of a sudden everyone's just like, yeah, we got to buy every fucking, my apologies, but like the word speak, why are all altcoins like all green and up green a lot? Like, oh shit, time to buy more Rose. Oh shit, time to buy more Fraudora. Oh shit, time to buy more Cathion, right? I just don't get it. I really don't. Bitcoin and Ethereum relative are minimal compared to it all. Let's look at the overall. The overall, man, it's starting to look more and more bullish. I'm not going to lie, but we still need to get above 849 billion for it to be a higher high, right? Right now, it's still a higher low. Bitcoin, it's the same thing. We need to get to what I believe is about 18 and a half. And even that one's kind of a weak higher high. I think we need to get above like 21,000. 21,000 and the 200 on the daily. On the weekly is a better time frame. That's all the way up at 24,000. And if we look at the weekly, yeah, this would be a week higher high. It really would. I think we need to get above this big down move to 21,000. So if we get above that and hold 21,000, that's kind of my line in the sand when we're starting to look bullish again. All right, everyone, that's my time. You've been great. Let's see how we're doing. 2 people in the house, 2 likes. I'm not getting the love today. I'm not sure why. I got to figure out what I did last week. People don't like the avocado. They don't like the avocado indicator, and I think it's the greatest indicator out there. Anyway, probably won't be streaming tonight. Probably going to have to find me a little nap time. It is Monday. You all have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow. I do have a dentist appointment tomorrow at like 24 hours and 15 minutes from now. So that will be into play if I don't reschedule. I probably won't